I'm gonna scroll my name on the bare bones of the earth. I'm gonna dig my heels into the ground. 'Cause when that fairy man
goal is to weave the best story of all time. So that's what we're doing.
much to find that can be found.
Okay. Okay. Alright. So as you tell stories and you share them at campfires, the stories will spread. So you gotta slowly walk through.
I'm gonna heft my spade up upon my weary back. I'm gonna keep lacerates tucked in my soul. 'Cause when my coals burn low and my trains run out of track, won't be no one else to dig my hole.
Take up some random jobs and spend it in big cities. The music is really good.
Well, I got no companion except the wind and the sea. And when I'm cold and empty,
You level them up and you can hear more of their stories and share those stories.
I suppose most expect a Negro to end up in prison. Yeah, there's two kinds in my estimation. There's a prison with bars, where they lock you up after they decided you. That's everywhere else. If you got any exciting stories?
Let's see. Occult symbolism, not really interested.
Well, if you want to make me weep, it's gonna have to sound. I'm free now. After all those years of hard labor, they let me go. Kind of felt like being. So,
Man, that would have been good for a sad one, I guess, but sugarcane covers blinded.
come on, you can't shock me. Choice. Maybe we shouldn't listen back and eat. But anyway, you know any good true track?
Strike it out with this guy. That one.
I hear you.
Alright, that one kind of opened up his eyes a little bit, so that's good.
Some people travel because they I'd like to meet those people. So,
Let's see.
body and soul.
There we go, like that one.
Family? It must have been hard. Also feel bad for me. But anyway, now I feel like hearing all.
Story. Alright, let's see if I collected any of those. I guess that.
Good to hear a story that's more happy than the world really is. The future. Especially when it here's the sun. It was good talking to you. Although you do have some funny ideas how to tell a good story. I'm heading up the road this way. Maybe we'll meet again. I'd like to tell you more about what it's like coming out.
the ones who'll bury me. Well, I'm gonna cast my stones o'er the waters of this land, and by I'll see them far and long.
He sings as he works, his voice warm and soft as the late afternoon sun. The air's making molasses, he says to your unasked question. I sell the blackstripe in town. Farmers use it for feed. Bitter as hell. He grins. I don't notice it no more. I've been doing this a while. I keep back a few bottles to share. I don't charge neither. Folks around here need what they can get. Makes a mean loaf of bread. He nods at the barrels. You help him haul the barrels over to the metal boiler. You pour in the juice and set the fire. Small for his age. Boy of 13 or so, sitting on an upturned bucket by the side of a tiny wedge of farmland. West. You notice the Model A truck on the yard, piled high with one toe tip. He scratches a parabola on the dead, dry ground. Pa says we can't afford to feed Rover no more. You can't tell where the blonde of the dog's coat ends and the omnipresent dust begins. Same goes for the boy's hair. Will you take him? Rover follows you eagerly after you feed him the tiniest sliver of jerky. But a few hours later, he snaps to attention, as though hearing some distant noise your ears can't catch.
And the string of guitar strings is about the only thing I feel. And if there was second chances, I don't know which way I would choose. Oh, yeah, the thing about down is I need this soul sucker blues.
No fence, gate, or sign marks the entrance to the cemetery. A wood board, bleached white. Unknown. The word was painted on black by a steady hand. You're already quiet, so maybe it's silly. A sparrow calls. Seems birds don't have much respect for the dead. Looks nicer now, but unmoored as these markers are.
Going down to the river, gonna cleanse my soul. Going down to the river, gonna cleanse my soul. That current gonna take hold of me. That water gonna make me whole. Going down to the river, gonna cleanse my soul. Won't heed temptation.
The blistering sun has scared even birds into the shade. But a middle-aged woman and a young couple are still collecting scraps of cotton that the machinery missed. The three of them rush over to you, suddenly reanimated. They pass around your canteen.
Power I will deny. Just walk on by. Oh, yeah.
Lenny's Antiques has a heady smell. Polish, maybe, or incense. Sunlight doesn't penetrate the blacked-out windows. The place is crammed with furniture and curios. The woman behind the counter, she sets a tray on the counter. On it sits a hodgepodge of stitched leather pouches of various shapes and sizes. Some have neck. I don't want your money. You got something better. She licks her lips. Her knife is fast. She slices a thin line across your palm, then snatches your hand and squeezes. She catches the welling blood and as you reach the door, a man calls after you. Is this yours? His name...
What on earth? Ah. Interesting.
I'm gonna scrawl my name on the bare bones of the earth. I'm gonna dig my heels into the ground. 'Cause when that ferryman comes,
For
rayar mi nombre en los huesos.
They've taken over a booth at the roadside diner. Tables strewn with papers and forms. You slip into the booth next to him. So where did you stop the car? He asks. She sounds exasperated.
I told you, I never did.
They have the same accent, same drawl from somewhere in North Texas or Oklahoma. But his is subtler. You try not to disturb them, but in truth, they barely know you're there.
We were going 40 miles an hour when he vanished. All I saw were those damned lights.
Voy a guardar mi ruego entre mis suelas. Pues cuando mi llama llegue
That's
hasta
nasty.
abajo, ya mi tren se le acabe guiar. No va a haber nadie más que cabe mi hoyo. No tengo amigo más que el viento y el mar. Y cuando esté frío y falta, estos son los que me enterrarán. Que me entierran. Pues voy a tirar estas piedras sobre las aguas de esta tierra y más tardar.
You fear your feet will sink into the dry emptiness of the Great Basin. Was there a road you were supposed to be following? Your throat has gone numb. The air around the stone shimmers drunkenly in the roasting heat. The buttons on his coat glint silver in the sun. Dust doesn't cling to his pressed white trousers. You've tired. Some croaking noises clatter out of your mouth as you beg for water. But he doesn't hear you. Ahead, on what passes for a trail, another horseman, face down on the ground, ragged and empty.
Was 3 days ride from Tulsa en route to Santa Fe. And there beneath the blazing sun my horse began to sway. Was then I heard a thunderous sound come rising up behind. The hoofbeats of
Little remains of the Alamo,
the course locked on.
just a chapel, and you come across a well, a squat square. He looks up at you, and you get a better look at his face. Sun-beaten, several days unshaven. No, it's too late for me. He bats your hand away. His is clammy and cold, even in the hot, dry air. It's a long time. He makes a hollow noise like he's trying to laugh, but has forgotten how. For this,
It was 4 days ride from Tulsa, the riders still in tow. They were dressed in white from toe to tip, the pale horses trod below. And last among their number, a chilling sight to see. The 13th horse lay empty, with a saddle meant for me. White rider, ain't fixing for to join your faded line. Don't come to claim me for I had my time.
The strains of ragtime rise from an almost tuned piano. At the bar, an older woman, dark hair.
It's an old story. Way they tell it, there was a lady living on the 5th floor. She liked to have a good time. Now,
She grins at you.
no one. Just a pool of blood. And a note from the boyfriend saying she'd be sorry if she didn't listen to him. He got arrested. Couldn't prove.
She laughs.
I doubt it. But it scared him good. Some fool hotel maid thought she saw the lady in that room after. Now everyone says it's haunted.
She laughs.
My body lacked the strength enough to stand. The horsemen moved upon me then, their leader to my side. He said, son, I think the time has come to saddle up and ride. White rider, white rider. Well, day will come, we all will join that line. White rider, white rider. They come to claim me now, I had my time. Now I had my time.
Big road here. There's a campfire over there. This little road made is probably a ride. It's fucking
Voy a rayar mi nombre en los huesos de la tierra. Clavaré mis tacones entre el suelo. Porque cuando la calaca regrese al limitador, habrá mucho por allá, hallado. Pues voy a cargar mi pala en mi espalda agotada cuando mi llama llegue hasta
The steady spin of the lasso is hypnotic.
Help me out here. She belonged to someone who wronged me. Butch slipped out of this world before I could square things between us, but damn did he love this horse.
He grins.
If she bucks real hard, haul on the rope. Buy me some time. He's dead. His old crew, though, they're still around. They'll bust a gasket when they see me ride in on his horse.
He flicks the lasso, roping her neatly with his first throw. You keep her from throwing him off, and through your combined efforts, she starts to settle down.
Thanks for...
Pues voy a tirar estas piedras sobre las aguas de esta tierra y más tardar llegarán fuera de aquí, porque cuando caiga la noche llega por mí y toma con él.
There's a wallet on the ground where the alley joins the street, stuffed with bills. They're on the ground just behind him. You snag him before he crushes them with an errant knee. His face lights up.
Oh, thank you.
Your seat is plush and comfortable. The first few scenes play out fairly predictably. Abruptly, the scene shifts from the dancing and grand. Takes you a second to realize you're looking at yourself. The audience cheers as you hand over the wallet. The applause spreads.
It was 3 days ride from Tulsa en route to Santa Fe.
When was the last time you ever prayed? For me, it feels like a lifetime. My hands, there's a sting like fiery needles like surging through my fingers and my hands. And yet, when these hands are picking fruit from the ground, $1 y 20 centavos, $1.20 y the absence of a prayer. Please share a story of hope with me. What a wonderful story. We need the future. There's this, and if it doesn't, well, just maybe you have a good, hopeful story to. What a good story. I will remember it my past. I remember it bit my leg. And all my father did was shout at me, and then she would just look at me from behind him. Now, tell me a funny story. Do not trick yourself. Joy, mi hijo, my son. Or at least I wonder sometimes at what age. I hope when I see him. Do you know anything funny? Anything I can. Life family. I learned to dance from my cousin. Please share a story of. What a wonderful story. We need stories like it is through my faith in. Though there are times where, well, here is the sun. I must get ready to walk. Besides, you must be tired of listening to me. I'm already talking. What about you? How do you?
And there beneath the blazing sun, my horse began to sway. Was that I heard a thunderous sound come rising up behind. The hoofbeats of 12 horsemen, their course locked onto mine. White rider, ain't fixin' for to join your faded line. White rider, don't come to claim me for I had my time. Riders still in tow. They were dressed in white from toe to tip, pale horses trod below. And last among their number, a chilling sight to see. The 13th horse lay empty, with a saddle meant for me. White rider, ain't fixin' for to join your faded line. White rider, don't come to claim me for I had my time.
Your story or something? So we got over here.
Motor's running, but nobody's driving. Flies buzz the windshield. Beyond the van is a driveway, paved, through cut. It's a newer model. You don't recognize it. In lipstick, the word Piggies. You glance back and forth between the message and your own reflection in the windshield. You awake, face down in the crisp green grass. The back of your neck tender with sunburn. Your head still tender from the blow.
White rider, well, day will come, we all will join that line. White rider, they come to claim me now, I had my time. Ooh.
Where are we going?
He's parked his car by the side of the road. A luxurious black thing,
Well, what's it look like I'm doing?
he asks, as though it's obvious. He doesn't sound like
Not the stars, friend.
his tone.
Nothing yet. But we all know it's out there, waiting for someone to prove it exists.
In this plaza, jacaranda trees nestle among adobe structures. A man sits in the shade of the large. When you ask her about the shouts, she sighs. Voices from the riot. Police. A branch scrapes at a freshly painted wall. A man shouts at another to run towards bunk.
You been in California long? It's been a few years for me, but I came west when our farm stopped growing anything but a crop of dust. Maybe you've got less need behind you. I've had a hard day. Thank you for sharing that one. The past, well, we were dry land. The rest of the time it came up thin and pat. Anyway, I'm looking for a good one. Are you trying to spook me? Freedom. It's having a debt that kills you. Been so long since I last chuckled, I'm not sure my... Give me a moment. Travel. Anyway,
Was it talking about travel?
that's a good one. I'll try to remember it. Family's the people, the ones you don't. Been so long since I last chuckled, I'm not sure my. You expect me to take that seriously? Traps? Hope. You spilled a gallon of cream you meant to sell for banks and the landlord. After we'd been here a while, I said I wasn't going back there to starve to death. And now, I'm going my own way. What about you?
Alright. I just
The railway was a fast route between two. Your motion disturbs the bird. Takes off with an air of disdain. The buffalo. Mary, I can't wait longer. Ran out of food, so had to hunt. I hate it. I said we. The rider did not make it far. Some 200 yards across the track is a body on its back. It stinks. Marks in the dirt indicate someone tried to move it. Its arms are full. The clothes at the front are bloody and torn where they've been pecked by birds.
Pues voy a cargar mi pala en mi espalda agotada. Voy a guardar mi ruego entre mis suelas. Pues cuando mi llama llegue hasta abajo, ya mi tren se.
An excitable man in dirty suspenders waves you over to a cave mouth.
Partner, do me a favor, friend.
The cave interior is nice and cool. There's a hole bare. Back of the skull has a hole about the size of a quarter. You find a slip of journal paper inside. The man jumps out of his suspenders when he notices your return.
Friend! Oh, gave me an awful scare. Making me think you got lost in there. Hey, you see those bones?
The man cups your hands and screams in rapture.
My sly friend, you didn't tell me you're a detective. I'd have never deduced that in a million years. Lord in heaven, I'm blessed.
Oh, it's a shiny.
Tirar estas piedras sobre las aguas de esta tierra y más tardar llegarán fuera de aquí, porque cuando caiga la noche llega por mí y me toma con él. Este será mi cuento, canción del vagón. Mi canción del vagón.
fishing boat from its moor.
There's a monster in the lake. Locals say it's the biggest trout ever to live. But they're wrong. It's not a fish.
The water is clear and glassy as you paddle along the lake. You reel in several fish quite quickly. Fat, glisten. Your knees make a nasty cracking sound with every step.
You know anything about engines?
You come around next to him. One glance tells you,
Never mind.
he just slams down.
Well, I can barely keep this running as it is. Wish I still had the farm.
He sighs theatrically.
Well, it was my name on the deed. Had to be. But it was Father who bought it. Had to. It was either the farm or the truck. I could keep...
Bang! The screen door closes. In the living room, two young women are entwined atop a sleeping bag. One has her hands tangled in the other's. The red-haired girl has jumped up between you and her companion, but relaxes her stance at your words.
We're driving around, but Sam made us pull over for another night in a haunted house.
Sam squeezes her hand.
Come on, this is cool. There are probably bats in the attic.
You're
So who's going?
I'm from a long line of people that moved up. My grandparents came, but my husband didn't have. He'd rather drink and die than fight and live. I've had a hard day. Thank you for sharing that one. The future. Every year, but I will. Anyway, no one. That's a good one. I'll try to remember it when I'm out in the joy. What? I've had a. Thank you for sharing that one. I feel a little better now. Trust. Some people give up. Been so long since I last chuckled, I'm not sure my mouth. You expect me to take that seriously? Travel, not me. Anyway,
Let's see again.
that's a good one. I'll try to remember. Authority. If there is a heaven, St. Peter is gonna be there in a police uniform. And here's the sun. If you're going up the road this way, you'll find me there.
Pues voy a rayar mi nombre en los huesos de la tierra. Clavaré mis tacones entre el suelo. Porque cuando la calaca regrese a mi valor.
You reckon he can make the time? The old-timer elbows you as you try to get a look from the edge of the pen. Thick dust kicked good, he says. Betting it'll be the death of this town. After an agonizing minute, where you're sure the skinny cow...
En mi espalda agotada voy a guardar mi ruego entre mis suelas, pues cuando mi llama llegue hasta abajo y a mi tren se le acabe guiar, no va a haber nadie más quien cabe mi hoyo.
The neon-gilded main streets thronged with revelers. You pass beneath, he shrugs. Gambling's been good for us. Nothing but the tick-clack of wood as the ball jumps from...
Cuando esté frío y falta, estos son los que me enterrarán. Que me entierran. Pues voy a tirar estas piedras sobre las aguas de esta tierra y más tardar llegarán fuera de aquí, porque cuando caiga la noche llega por mí y me toma con él. Este será mi cuento, mi canción del vagón. Mi canción del vagón.
Yeah, it definitely looks like a campfire.
It was 3 days ride from Tulsa en route to Santa Fe, and there beneath the blazing sun my horse began to sway. It was then I heard a thunderous sound come rising up behind. The hoofbeats of 12 horsemen, their course locked onto mine. White rider, ain't fixin' for to join your faded line. White rider, don't come to claim me for I had my time. time. The rider's still in tow.
Alright, so before I stop with that
Dressed
cue
in white from toe to tip, pale horses trod below. And last among their number, a chilling sight to see. The 13th horse lay empty, with a saddle meant for me. White rider.
The jackrabbit flees across the desert, and the house cat follows. The hare turns as it lands and carries the momentum forward. The house cat reacts too slow, skids past. Your mighty whoop fills the jackrabbit with determination. It turns and thrusts.
Ya hatadhin halani. Good evening, Shikis. Come, let me show you how to first reach into the medicine pouch and pinch the tahadinhi. Then sprinkle it on top of your forehead with beauty. With beauty before me. With beauty. With beauty. With beauty. Oh, Shikas, my friend. I need to laugh. Can you tell me such a story? That one made me smile. You told it well. Shikis, remind me to bring back some flour from the trading post for Shikahihi, my daughter, so she can make fry bread for the medicine woman. She will be coming next week, and we must prepare to host. Shikis, my friend, tell me a funny story. It's good to laugh. In our creation stories, our people, the Ding, emerge into the glittering world. Everywhere they looked, there was water. And this was before first man and first woman. Shikis, my friend. That was a good story. It pleases me to hear about people taking strength from authority, you say. The Digne must respect who we are. If I ever need help with this, Shikis, my friend. Can you tell? The Digne are like that too. Strong in the face of adversity. The future. We plant seeds in the soil. In this way, we are continuing. Shikis, my friend. I do not understand what is so interesting about our fortune. Everything you could possibly need in this. Just look at the sheep, Daibe, whom we have created a symbiosis alongside. In return, they provide us with companion. Ah, the sun is rising. I must another night done. But think, what does one take? Some nights I lay staring at the hole atop the hookah, where the chimney. I watch the stars slowly move. Always a feeling of gratitude for what surrounds. What are you thankful for? Where do you?
It was 5 days ride from Tulsa when I pitched into the sand. My legs gave out, my body lacked the strength enough to stand. The horsemen moved upon me then, their leader to my side. He said, son, I think the time has come to saddle up and ride. White rider, white rider, well, day will come, we all will join that line. White rider, they come to claim me now, I had my time.
A Chevy sedan laden with suitcases chugs to a stop beside you. A woman leans out the window. An infant screaming, and two boys are punching each other in the back seat.
Could you drive us for a while? I gotta feed the baby, but we need to keep moving. I could pay you.
You grip the wheel tight as sounds of chaos fill the car. The boys have begun to wrestle in earnest on the Chevy's bench.
Yorona!
Their mother hisses. Both boys straighten instantly. In the mirror, you see their stricken expressions. You direct the question to the boys in the back, but they don't make a sound. Their eyes are wide and frightened. Patting the infant.
Buen día, le de Dios, stranger. Come, Sit with me a little. To rest is a simpler remedy, pero es importante. Everyone needs healing. It has always been this way. Sometimes it's a toothache, and sometimes walking or sitting, running or sleeping. Always the mind is... But tell me, do you have a sad story?
Sad story. Yes,
Qué triste. I will say a prayer. La familia is everything. But a family is... The world is big too, and... But tell me, what is the most frightening? What a good story. Sadness? Claro que sí. It is sad for me, but please. I have traveled many times. Este es el primer tiempo. Do you have any frightenings? A memory of my past. She did not want me to be like La Curandera. Right, he knew it was good. But tell me, you must have had... Dios mío, my place? What? The plants that make... You're kind to listen to una... Perhaps you want to hear this old woman talk again?
Send some money.
The handsome two-story adobe house sits at the corner. The man droops. Well, cursed. My former student built it. I taught him everything. About how Santa Fe has its own climate. He snorts. More like a son than a pupil. Or so I thought.
Bienvenidos. There are some of these witches. Though I work mainly with las curaciones, it is not for una curandera to take una vida. But tell me, about family. It breaks una curandera. Do you have any writings? What a miserable story. Why I travel? She did not show herself. I walk La Tierra to find an apprentice. Oh, please, tell me a story. Mi corazón. Trust. It is unholy. Es difícil. Do you have any writing story? And you say that really our wishes come true in my darkest thoughts. But now, what a good story. Esperanza. In the past. But still, I thought my youngest. She was so Ay, estoy cansada. It is a hard life. The journey take me this way next. Where will you go? It started around the time we would harvest corn. During this season, the Army of the United States of America raided our lands. The Army told my parents that those who did not surrender would be killed or face death. Thankfully, I was a strong young girl when we were forced to walk over 300 miles. I witnessed the death of many of our people. From the wise and caring elderly to the beautiful Chickus, my friend. Can you tell me a story? The deep are like that too. Strong in the face of it. The past? Ha! Chickus, my friend. That was a good story. It pleases me to hear bondage. A long walk. Little did we know. Chickus, my friend, tell me a funny story. I did not take much from joy. It was the morning sun was often the only sign of warmth or hope left in the world. I have an idea. Maybe you can tell me an exciting story. I do. Sometimes I found my... And where did they come from? Chickus, my friend. The deep are like that too. Strong in the future they see. So I remember thinking, what? And now the sun is rising. Tonight I wondered, what memory do we carry in? I am left wondering what will become. We sing our way through it and look to. There is an overwhelming.